Apparently this is before the actual parade. This is just a show off of the cars first, and then we might have that parade soon, who knows.
On the way in here and standing here, and I've heard that you have, so I want to try something, so let's see if I can do this right. Let's go! Oh yeah! Oh, I thought it was a setup, but he told us to do that, and I thought it was a trick. That's when you start throwing things at the announcer. I work for the Coca Group out of Chattanooga there. You're over in Middle Tennessee in the shadows of Nashville.
Dan Stahl, Brad's from Salisbury, Maryland. Ian is from Grosse Pointe, Fox, Michigan's navigating. This is a 1916 Hudson Super 6 Series H.
What a day. Position 1. And we got lost like crazy. And you know, when you get back in position, you really want to know who's ahead of you so you can get a little mark off them. We didn't have that, so it was a really interesting morning.
Dan Stahl, 1916 Hudson, car number 1.
Excited? Hey! Excited?
In 1939. We're going to have great cars and a great year for each other.
1961 light top Beetle. Just slightly missed the announcement. You're all right. Not bad.
Great race together.
He drive like a buck. Josh Hall, Trevor Stahl from Roanoke, Virginia, 1932 Ford Speedster, won the great race outright in 2022. Had some tough luck last year on the next to the last day. Here they are in it to win it this year. The Marshall Thundering Herd color sported on his chest as he comes on in here. I don't know, Josh.
Jason, this is what my alarm clock sounds like.
Bearings are still in place. Come on in here before you tear my car up. Josh and Trevor. Fantastic 32 Ford Speedster. Absolutely. So 4 years, 18 cities per year. Every city I've offered him original full MSRP for this car, and he has yet to take my offer. There's something wrong with this dude. What was it, $2,582 probably back in the day? Yeah, $2,800. I can't get him to take it. That is full investment.
You may be wanting tax, title, and documents. Maybe that's So what they're going to do is they come in, they're going to stop just about 45 yards from Jason and I. We're going to, if there was anything they ran into this morning that caused a time delay, that's their opportunity to turn that in. If not, then they're going to go ahead and roll it on down. There's actually a stop sign there behind y'all.
1928 Ford Model A delivery coming in here. My friends from New Braunfels, Texas, Dan and Pat Martin. And before years ago, just to see, they drove from Texas to Jacksonville, Florida, just to see what it was all about. And they hadn't missed a race since.
And every race they've been in, I think a couple they've actually got newer cars. They keep going back in time, which is an advantage, by the way. The older the car, the newest car in the United States, there is a limit on they'll have holding patterns, but the older the car, and that's where they get their age factors for their handicap that they're going to run.
4 million and change produced. Really popular, as he told you, old car, the older the car, the better the factor. Model A probably.
Yeah, there's teams that have raced for years and never get one of those A stickers. You see cars come through with a lot of those stickers on there. It's impressive. Team 135, they know how to do it. They got their stickers. This is Rick Horn from Port Orange, Florida. His navigator, Rob Romer from Dudley, Massachusetts, in a 63 Corvette convertible 4-speed. This is their 5th straight race together. And we like to talk about Rob, but before we do, let's talk about that Corvette Central sticker on there. Jason?
Absolutely, one of the wonderful family of businesses in Coker Group, which I work for, Corvette Central, located there in Michigan, in Sawyer, Michigan. Fantastic first part of the world. He's ready to run dirt roads in that thing. I don't know if he actually does that, but it looks like he's ready to run down a few dirt roads.
1963 Corvette.
Because they're competing, they don't have time to stop. If they corner and the steel wheel flexes a hair.
Corey from Winthrop, Maine has the most awesome handlebar. That handlebar mustache has handlebar mustache.
He's on time.
Packard. Is his navigator. And he's on Packard Caribbean convertible. Like I said, they're in the rookie division. But this right here, coincidentally back to back, this is not a rookie. This is brand new.
Step out.
That is the highest division we've had. Great race that's been had. Curtis Barron from Irving, Texas, is driving rubber tickets from Tim Alabama's navigator in his first
Robert Davis came up during racing in 1995, so an extremely veteran team there. Check this out. This is the baddest truck you'll ever see. 1972 Chevrolet C20 dealership installed duty kit on it. It's a Longhorn edition. Factory 402 big block. You see the little extension on the bed there. Narrow rear end tucked in there. That is a stock truck. Really, really great Chevy truck. Behind them coming in here, they're getting packed in here, but that's how we like it. Killer little C20 dually there. Unusual. I've actually never seen another one of those. Definitely not in that good a condition. Behind them, a 1941 Ford pickup truck. My friend
excuse me, Eric Frankenberger from San Ramon, California. Your driver, Aaron Reed, his trusty navigator from Scottsdale, Arizona. Team NARC, the North American racing team. Welcome to Morgantown, West Virginia. Got a good crowd here. Weather's dialed up. Sweet little street rod setup truck here, nice and low, beautiful paint. Never mind the Great Race rash on the other side over there, just overlook that. These are not trailer queens, folks. These vehicles do some miles. Team number 3 in a 57 Chevy Bel Air in the Sportsman division. Roger Sackett and his lovely wife Esther from Coral Springs, Florida. Roger's driving, Esther's telling him where to go, and he is in full agreement with that. She's still telling him. And Esther made the comment on the way in when we do registration on Thursday. We asked her some questions, and she goes, "I just want you to know I let him live another year." So we're happy Roger's back. Y'all head on up there, try to see him. Beautiful 57 Chevy. Team 126, Sean and Harvey Leddick out of Jacksonville, Florida. Harvey's out of Gloucester, Virginia, in a 63 Mercury Comet in the Sportsman division. Father-son team. Got a daughter in the race too, which will be coming around here in a little bit. We'll make a shout out for her.
So look way down the street there. Old Model A Speedster, 41 truck, 41 Ford pickup truck, 57 Chevy, little 63 Comet. This is my jam here, a 1970 Camaro, a Chevrolet Camaro C28. Tracy Silvey out of Palm Beach, Florida is your driver. Daughter Ava handling the navigation details. Mother-daughter team. This is Team by Carrot, spelled like the diamond carrot. She has an affinity. I don't know if this could be true, but believe it or not, this is the first Alfa Romeo ever to compete in the Great Race. A 1958 Alfa Romeo Julietta Veloce Sprint. Jamie Donnie from Scarborough, Maine has graced us with driving this car. Kevin Gross is navigator, also from Scarborough there in Maine. There's a real Michael Schumacher 1300cc piece of Italian artwork, I think, and it's doing right, man. It's a really cool car.
It is a race car, however, it is a 52 Dodge M37 military truck, driven by Dominic Celia from Marcy, New York, Samuel Celia from Whitesboro, New York. They're in the Sportsman division. They've been doing this for 4 years, and every year they come to the race, they raise money for the Veterans Association. This year they're doing the Wounded Veterans Purple Heart Association. So these guys put their money where their mouth is. Awesome military truck. I think we've joked before about the fact that that truck's better than what it was when it actually was manufactured.
By a long way. That truck was never that nice when the government had it working for it. Very nice truck. Wonderfully restored by Tucci Hot Rods, actually world famous hot rod builder there. So it's not an accident that it's that nice. Wonderful that they have fundraised for.
That's a rough ride at 50 miles an hour halfway across the country,
which is outstanding.
So Jason, we talked about the rookie division. Very first great race for the driver or navigator. There are
1916 Hudson Pikes Peak climber, the defending Great Race. Defending grand champions of the Great Race, 4-time grand champions of the Great Race, and you better believe they're making a run at it this year again. Howard and Doug, sponsored by Stalls Automotive Experience there in Michigan. Beautiful 1916 Hudson Pikes Peak car. They were able to take it up Pikes Peak last year following the Great Race finish in Colorado Springs. And from the mighty Hudson to the sleek little 1974 Jensen Healy, James Boren from Asheville, North Carolina, Mike Smith, his navigator from a little bit further south in Charleston, South Carolina, one of the hottest places on planet Earth, I think, is what Charleston is. Come on in here, sportsman, in a 74 Jensen Triple Black, sweet little car. Pretty cool story here that goes with all these cars and all these crazy great racers. Big old Hudson up there, sweet little British car here in the Jensen. How about this, a family car since new. Harvey's granddad bought this thing on the Linway, a Seacrest Chevrolet in 1955. Mr. Harvey Lippman from Maine went to college in this car, been in the family the whole time.
We won't talk about what happened to the car in college. And he graduated, allegedly. How about this 1955 Chevrolet 210, shows beautifully, tons of family history. These old boys have known each other for a minute, out here doing the great race together. Welcome to Morgantown.
Team 7 in a 66 Ford Mustang Coupe, Aaron and Brad Kaplan from Corona Del Mar, California. Aaron's driving, Brad's navigating. They're in the expert division. They actually just flew in right before the race from a photo shoot opportunity out there, a photo safari in Africa. They came in thinking that maybe they made a mistake, but they squeaked in right off the bat, came in, and we're glad made it back. Love seeing that team come through.
Check out all the aces on that car. I guess they figured if you're pretty good at great racing, you can take a photo safari in Africa proper, or right before the great race adventure starts. 2 weeks on the road, 2 more weeks on the road. It's a good gig if you can get it. I don't think I have the stamina for 2 weeks in Africa and then 2 weeks of this party.
Team 103 coming down in a 46 Ford Business Coupe. Craig Floyd from Sioux Falls, South Dakota is driving. Sam Barnett from Birmingham, Alabama is navigating. They're the museum crew. They have 4 cars in this race. That's that X-Cup sponsor I was telling you about. Craig up there in the Auburn, Indiana, the early V8 Ford Museum. Brings a bunch of kids with him, a bunch of cars. This car actually has some emotion to it, though. This was Craig's dad's car, and we're not sure what all this car did legally or illegally back in the day, but it is a sweet car, and Craig and Sam do a great job driving, navigating that car.
It did what it was supposed to do. It was his dad's hot rod. It ran around town, raised a bunch of cane, got a bunch of moms and grandmoms super aggravated. Yeah, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It's got a relaxed detail these days for the most part. You know, running this great race gauntlet. Come on in here and show it off, guys.
Team 13 is one of our international teams. Flew to America all the way from Japan. Shigi Yasui from Koka City, Japan. His daughter, Ayako Yasui from Koka City, Japan, is navigating in a 66 Ford Mustang convertible. This is their 7th great race together coming across country in the United States. Team B&D.
Can you even imagine father and daughter? I can't imagine taking my daughter on anything over about 2.5 days. But can you imagine going to a different country and taking one of their vehicles and going on their roads and doing something as wild as a nearly 3,000-mile adventure every year? Absolutely incredible opportunity for us to share our country and hospitality with them. They're always smiling. And they got a cool old Mustang to boot. I think it's the perfect formula.
So we laughed, or we didn't laugh, but it took us a while to figure out. We just assumed D&D was dad and daughter. However, upon talking to them later on, we found out that it's actually dentist and doctor. Dad's a dentist in Japan, and she's a daughter. Her daughter is a doctor.
Medical doctor. And Koka City, every time we talk about it, she starts laughing. She knows we like ninjas in America, so apparently ninjas are from Koka City. Absolutely killer, unique car here. A 1972 Citroen 2CV, Duchevaux. Kurt Weiss from Center Moriches, New York. James Gibson from Granville, Ohio. They are rookies, and they have decided to great race in an absolutely unusual car. If you know anything about Citroens, even if you don't, look them up. They were super innovative throughout the years. They did things that everybody else was scared to try. On the suspension, maybe the body lines, not poking fun, but they were extremely daring in their automotive designs. Come on in here, Kirk and James, show it off. 1972 Citroen Duchevaux. Behind them, a fine piece of American metal from 1951, a Packard Ultramatic, Tom Gray, Sportsman Division competitors. This car happens to be sporting a brand new radial tire from Coker Tire Company that came out today. Boys, did you know that? Today, we've unveiled the Star Series radial. It's best in class. Wide white wall radial, narrow white wall radial, tons of load rating, tons of speed rating, excellent tread wear and traction. Thank you guys for sporting an early set on this beautiful 51 Packard.
Team 45, Steve and Janet Hedke from Santa Clarita, California. Steve's driving, Janet's navigating in their 64 Studebaker Daytona. They've got their wonderful daughter, Allie, back there in the back. They're in the expert division. They've competed in the great race since 2000. Gotten second place in the expert division and 5th overall before. They actually help all the rookie teams learn how to do this. They're coaches for the other newcomers. It's great and glad to have them in the race. Team 33, 1930 Ford Model A Speedster. Sean Lowe's from Ellicottville, New York is driving. Rick McIntosh from Lockport, New York is navigating. Max Auto Parts in the expert division. Here, let me explain that to you. So Rick has done the race. I'm trying to think. I don't remember how many times I didn't write it down. He's done the race many, many years. Sean, however, the driver of that car, this is his first ever great race. But because Rick has done it before, Sean now has to compete in the expert division. So he's driving that car in the expert division for his first time ever in the great race. Awesome team. Sean actually has told us before that he's actually been to 25 Indy 500s.
Slow rolling right through here for me. I'm going to talk about you. My friends from Jeff City, Missouri, Daniel and Brad Epple, a father and son team in a killer 1934 Ford produce truck. H&H built flathead in that truck. Absolutely awesome and very rare. York Hoover.
1932, they made whatever 50, 60 horsepower. But when you're having to do work like on a rally, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000
miles, you want to kind of build the motor a little bit better. Absolutely wonderful human being.
In this beautiful Kentucky blue 1932 Ford 5-window coupe, Gary and Jean Ann Martin out of Simpsonville, Kentucky. They're in the expert division, longtime great racers, always contenders. Jean Ann's the winner of the Tom McRae Spirit of the Event Award in 2016. Finished top 5 in the 3 different cars. I know the first night they won the best overall score for the day and got an award for that. Y'all are doing great. Always glad to see you. They give a kiss to each other when they get in here. Great husband and wife team.
They are absolutely awesome. The Cooper Cobras are running cool. They feel fine. It is. It's a Coker smooth ride. This Team Coker tire here, and I can't think of 2 better people in this couple to represent the company. Behind the little 32 Ford, pretty bad to the ball, 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Super Sport with 396 cubic inches of go underneath there. Tom Kiley out of Austin, Texas, your driver. Aaron Roberts from San Antonio is trusty navigator. This is Team Source Day. This 396 car got the correct baffled exhaust on it, so it's not only hitting a lick, it sounds pretty cool to boot. He had the thing up on jack stands in the valet the other night. I see you did the work properly, huh? If fuel was going the wrong way, you got it figured out. Come on in here, Tom and Aaron. Thanks for bringing that car out again. What a cool car. Every kid's dream right there. A big block 69 Camaro. 1965 Olds 442 sneaking in here. This is the original muscle car recipe, in my opinion. Paul Joubert from Boston, Mass. Miss Beverly Hand, also from Boston, is navigator. Absolutely beautifully restored 1965 442. 4 barrel carburetors. 4 row into gears like properly should in the middle. 2 pipes out the back. 442. Come on in here and show it off, Paul and Beverly. They got a note on their card. It says Boston is the home of the world champion Boston Celtics. I don't know. We get mixed reviews everywhere we go. I can't tell if tomatoes are coming or if everybody's happy.
I think the closer we get to Maine, the better that reception gets for that. Indiana wasn't so excited about it. All right, Team 66, the grand champions rolling through here in a 32 Ford Cabriolet. Jody Knowles from Tyrone, Georgia is driving. Beth Gentry from Noonan, Georgia is navigating. Grandfather's car, it's Beth's grandfather's car, Joe Knowles, and they're 2017 grand champions.
Beth and Jody are excellent racers. Their family also dirt track races in the Southeast, or actually all over the country. Beth's daughters sold a corporate sponsor car.
Team 62, Dan and Katie Rogozich from Middletown, New York. in a 62 Dodge Dart station wagon in the sportsman division. They raced last year, came back this year. Great sponsors of the great race. Rogo Fasteners there, their company from home there in New York. And y'all can roll on in here. I don't know where they got the name for Rogo Fasteners from the Rogosich family. They're amazing sponsors for the great.
Pretty unusual car, too. Not a lot of Dart wagons running around out there.
Team 118 in the sportsman division, Rich Hamilton and Kyle Skinner from Tacoma, Washington. In the sportsman division, their second great race together.
Pretty cool Cutlass-esque convertible corporate sponsors. We love these guys. Samuel Smith Old Brewery.
Daughter-father team right here. Jeff Hermanson from Culver, Indiana is driving. Kylie Hermanson from Fort Wayne, Indiana is navigating. 39 Ford pickup truck in the expert division, their 7th great race. And they're fighting like a Boilermakers. Their slogan this year for their friend Greg back home, fighting cancer, not doing so well. We ask y'all to keep him in your prayers. But their team this year is fighting like a Boilermaker on behalf of Greg.
We're going to fight Boilermaker all the way across this country this year. Greg needs your prayers here. Don't be ashamed. He's getting whooped by cancer. We've got to straighten that out, right? There's one man in particular upstairs that can take care of that. 1964 Jaguar E-Type celebrated its birthday next week. Born July the 4th, 1963, this car in Coventry, England. Ed Overmeyer, my friend from Ottawa, Tennessee, is your driver. He is conned his old buddy Kent Worley from Port Orchard, Washington State, and to be his navigator. They were roommates back in military boarding school. I'm going to estimate 138 years ago. Roughly, that is an estimate. Come on in here, Ed and Kent. Thank you for bringing out this beautiful car. My friend Enzo Ferrari in the E-Type, the most beautiful sports car ever designed. And you know Enzo Ferrari did not hand out compliments very often. Gorgeous car. Ed is crazy about E-Types, by the way. He has a wonderful Roadster he purchased back in the early 70s that got him hooked on these things. In a 1964 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport, back in 64, this was a sport coupe, by the way. Today, a sport coupe is a Honda Civic, so just let that sink in for a hot second. Take a look at the trunk on this thing, and you'll really have a hard time. Brian Blood, Steve Keller out of McLean, Virginia. Welcome to Morgantown, West Virginia, in this beautiful Super Sport. Easy on the horn, boys. 10 previous great races for that team. They've always done it in a little 60s Saab. A car got dinged up last year. They're having to go to their backup.
Was that?
Competing in the expert division in a 60
looking back at that car.
Nova. This is Aaron Liberty from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, driving. Ron Rowland from Smyrna, Georgia, is navigating. Head on in there. This is part of the Stahl's Automotive Collection.
Was that?
Thank you,
You gotta
Aaron.
tape up to get the water out.
Team
That's smart.
133. Randall Hendricks from Ormond Beach, Florida is driving. Todd Hendricks from Ormond Beach, Florida is navigating in a 67 Corvette Coupe in the Sportsman Division. 4th great race.
Super bad little small block, rowdy small block Corvette here, sponsored by the Coker Group company, Zip Corvette. Corvettes are all we do. What a fantastic company, my friends over at Zip Corvette. If you have an old car or a new Corvette, they've got parts for you. We kind of let them.
Team 71, Bruce Lefevre.
Deluxe.
Team 124, Living Our Best Life team. Cliff Lee from Jacksonville, Florida is driving. Bridget Tice from St. Augustine, Florida is navigating. 65 Mercury Comet Caliente convertible, the Sportsman Division. Sister Kathy Harper was driving this car last year. She had cancer. She did not make it back this year. We miss her, but they're racing this on her behalf. She wrote the horns in here. She had a whole unicorn thing on, and they've kept that on there. So glad they're here in honor of Kathy Harper.
Absolutely cool car. As my friend Derek Bieri would say, it's a bolt action, 3 on the tree. I love this car. They're Comet crazy in their family, and this is the one we could go get us ice cream in this thing after a while if y'all don't care. Come on in here and show it off.
Hello.
Beth,
I'm in Morgantown.
Beth Gentry and Jody Knowles you saw a while ago. This is Beth's daughters here, but they can stand on their own accomplishments. A great race. Olivia Gentry from Noonan, Georgia, your driver. She's doing doing real good in the state business down there. Jenna has a really cool apparel business, Sweet Victory Apparel, 32 Ford, 5-window coupe. They are grand champions, ladies and gentlemen, these young ladies.
Team 12 and a 55 Studebaker president. This is Anna Green. Right for Kirk Washington's driving. Washington's navigating. Team 52, 64 Spurt Division. Jack Fruin from Birmingham, Alabama is driving. Mallory Henderson. Some of our great race media crew coming through. I've got a second here. Back in the day, bruising what these people have gone through over the years. We have Team 78 rolling through there out a 48 Ford four-door sedan. It's Ed Chapman and Guy Medore. Ed's from Auburn, Maine. Guy Medore's from Bath, Maine. They're the Team Maine boys. I don't know if you can tell that by that big lobster on the top of that car. Team 137 in a big old 1966 Chevrolet Impala SS convertible. John Seltenheim from Lemoyne, Pennsylvania is driving. David Dalvish from New Wilmington, Pennsylvania is navigating in the Sportsman Division. That car is actually sponsored by AACA, America's Transportation Experience Museum there in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Ken Creary and Lauren States. Ken's from White Plains, New York. Lauren also coincidentally is from White Plains, New York. Husband and wife teams in this 65 Ford Ranchero Deluxe. Their 7th great race together in the Sportsman Division. We love this couple when they come through. They travel the world looking at solar eclipses. Lauren, Sportsman, they're experts. All right, team 43 right here in this sweet piece of furniture. 1930 Ford Model A boat tail speedster. Peter Brown from Freeport, Maine's driving. Susan Nurse from Freeport, Maine is navigating. Peter's the lead mechanic there in Maine at Seal Cove Auto Museum. And Susan's a retired police chief. She's the only one in the car that gets to run the siren. She makes sure that she knows she's the police. She pointed out that Peter does not have the qualifications to run the siren in that car. That's a 1934 Model A boat tail speedster, polished with pledge and turtle wax. Team 122, some rookies in an amazing, I'm pretty sure Jason pointed out, Jason, like I said, is the car guy. This is a very rare, but not only rare, maybe the first one ever in the great race. This is a 72 Maserati Spider. Chip Fudge from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's driving. Tom Searles from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's navigating. Locos Okies, crazy Okies right here hanging out in this car. Head on in there. Look at the smooth lines on that car. I'm pretty sure I'd be happy to just sit in that car. From Canton, Ohio is driving. Ron Smith from Avon Park, Florida is navigating. They're in the Sportsman Division. These fellas were high school buddies back in the day. They have a Coke machine back here. I keep thinking they're bringing me a cold Coke, but it's actually used for a fuel cell and some parts and tools that they may need. There's not a whole lot of extra room in the cab. So glad to see you fellas. Head on in there. Patrick has a son that's racing in the race, has raced for years, and he should be coming through here in a little bit in a little Mustang. Awesome car. You did make it. It's awesome to be up here and see the rookies' faces when they come in, because they're just as impressed as we are when they get here. Excited and happy and crying and yelling and still talking to each other as a couple. All right, this is an amazing truck right here, a 72 GMC, not Chevy, GMC Suburban. Daniel Job from Washington, D.C. is driving. Lisa is over there navigating. They're in the Sportsman Division. Team 138, this vehicle actually has 3 doors. One driver's door on this side, a passenger door on that side, and then an additional passenger door on that side. 3 doors on this vehicle. Amazing vehicle, amazing truck, beautiful upholstery in this thing. Great team, happy to have them here. Head on down there and get your stuff done. This is a Sportsman team in that GMC Suburban. They have plenty of room to put luggage in there too, by the way. Luggage and parts.
No kidding.
Their kids' friends.
Got a couple more cars coming in. Some other media folk right here. Some good old standard Sony A7 III. Or is that the A7 II, the Mark II?
No, it's just the 7S3, yeah.
This is a vintage TR7.
See that?
Yeah. Fits the vintage car aesthetic very well, doesn't it?
Yeah, good job.
Right. Thank you. Parade is still kind of going on. I thought it was going to be over.
Really cool car. All girls, young people, much about Navas in the early Ford, would really be a Ford museum there in all. And they go first.
All these cars were introduced earlier. Except this is one we're just now seeing. Same goes to this fellow over here.
You can see what we're doing. Well, it just came priority today. There's more of something else.
There was this over here.
What about a little? Oh, wow.
gone nuts. Some of the cars we just saw earlier, their backsides and such.
I would rather go to California. Something haunts you when you get home. And people do.
Did he?
Yeah, come right through.
Yeah, they made him an artist. They made him an artist.
Cha-cha. Yeah. Hi, John.
Hey, how are you?
I like how he lets the guy on camera. Oh, yeah.
So as a reminder, Jason, not only do we have all the people in the green sponsors walking around or volunteers come out and some of the crew at the evening stop setting up. So we
many people what you see here. We figure about just shy of 600 people travel around with the great race every year. Between teams, drivers, navigators, their support crew, the trucks, trailers. Some of them are their own support crews. They put their own parts in their own car, but others have trailers that they follow along. They have to go a different route, so you won't see them at the lunch stops, but they end up at the hotels at night. And that's where all the work and the magic is done. Which, speaking of, as Nate in the green shirt was walking up there, he's helping direct traffic in. It reminded me that Murfreesboro X-Cup car, that 53 Pontiac, they went to go take off this morning. You probably saw us because we were sitting there in the parking lot. And when they went to start that car, the alternator went bad. Now, yes, that is a generator car, a 6-volt car, but they've upgraded it to 12-volt with wider lights. And the alternator went bad. And they have time to have to work.
Oh, okay. Because like that,
Hey, pup. There's apparently more cars coming in.
check out this. Now this is an old plumbing kit. Has a long with a fender that comes in. Well, that's what it is.
Beautifully restored little
A 1961 Dodge.
old man rally team. They will be tired after wrestling that GPW around all day long. They showed up in the spring rally and I was like, man, that thing is awful nice. Can it even actually do the 50 mile?
And a 1943 Jeep.
And it's got a little Mitchell overdrive in it. If you're a gearhead, you wonder how that thing that
I
never
could barely hear what the car was actually called.
There's a couple of them here. Yep, I'll put my phone in, yep. Just sit up front, because I don't want to just be doing so I've got a friend.
Oh, look at this color guy, guys. Look at this thing. Look at that.
This one looks like
I'll worry about that.
Team 164.
Thank you, have fun.
X-Cup team 164. The St. Louis Community College put this team together, and these kids work on this car all year long, and here they are all out of St. Louis, Missouri. Glad to have them here. Another wonderful X-Cup team. So I've got a quick second here. Let me give a shout out to some of our sponsors. We saw the Rogo team, the Rogosich team came in from New York. Rogo Fasteners, big sponsor. They actually pull a trailer and offer parts for any of the cars that need them. Just take one off the trailer. If you want to donate back to this Southern Star Distillery, they've got a coffee race one of the ones on the trailer display after the warm-up. And so hopefully we'll get back in on tonight, tomorrow. See, 127. Dad's shotgun and coming in today. Team 32, the fun little 66 Volvo, 122S David Wells from Lakeland, Ontario, driving. He is a driver. It's a Volvo Ontario navigating in the sports division. We're friends.
let's walk.
I go behind you. Hello. Earlier I was told there was going to be 17 cars left. That was about 7 cars ago. Now we only have 10. Take a look at this one go. Now this must be the end, considering the police car. I think it's time to start heading on home at this point. Maybe so. Oh, yep, I was right. Thing is over.
Now that's the car, it's my car. I actually rode down with a couple buddies of mine, but this has been just super cool.
Oh, here goes that dead battery logo already.